So when you get married, does the woman change her name to the man's last name? Is that not the typical American protocol?
It doesn't have to be.
So this is a conversation that some colleagues of mine were having recently, and I was very interested in why this was like an in-depth discussion, right? Because the paradigm that I have is that when a woman marries a man, it's just automatic that she takes the man's last name.
Not so much anymore.
But apparently that's not so much the case these days.
No.
And so some colleagues of mine are newlyweds, some of them are getting married soon, and so they were just having this conversation amongst themselves.
These are millennials you work with?
Yes, yes. Okay. And I just thought it was very interesting that this was like a thing, like to talk about.
Why are you so offended? I don't understand.
I was not offended. No. I was not offended at all, but I did not realize that this was a thing. Like, if I get married, if I'm a woman and I get married.
So if we were getting married now.
Yeah, so this might be like a discussion.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna be Tracy Turner?
Okay, maybe you didn't know this, but I had already assumed that if my father didn't have a son, I would keep my name.
I don't know about that.
We didn't have to have
this is not Hollywood, right?
No, what does that have to do with it?
You know, in Hollywood, it's very common. It's very common for people in Hollywood.
Because the woman has already
right?
established herself.
Yeah, it's like a personal brand thing.
No. I don't think it's just Hollywood, though. You're wrong to think it's just
No.
Hollywood. Yes.
I'm saying,
if I'm a doctor, or if I'm something of, if I've already established my name in the community.
No.
Yes.
Women frequently will hyphenate their last name, so I
that's
see
a
that.
Southern girl thing. That's what I'm saying. I would have hyphenated my name if my father hadn't had a son.
And so I get that, right?
Or if I stayed in the community that I grew up in, and I wanted people to remember who I was associated with, I would have kept my last name. So
I see in the South, I'm from the South, you're from the South. So I see in the South, a young lady has family that has a social prominence. Yeah. They're a well-off family, and the woman identifies with her family, which essentially I think is sort of what was happening with my colleague. Is that she's been a certain name for so long. She identifies her mom, her dad, her siblings.
That's who she is.
That's who she is, right? And so now all of a sudden she's trying to wrap her mind around
being somebody else.
But she's not somebody else.
She is.
She just has another name.
She didn't have to.
So I asked her, so are you going to hyphenate the name? Are you going to be this dash that, which is very normal?
What did she say?
Or are you going to just not add your new husband's name and you're just going to keep your name like Hollywood style? Are you
what
going
did she
to
say?
Are you going to what about this? Is he going to change his name to your name?
I mean, it's easier to have the same name for your children.
Most people.
I will tell you that.
Right. Exactly.
It's a lot easier. My mom remarried. I was still a minor, and she had a son too, my brother. And so because she had two minors with two different last names, she hyphenated her name so that she would have both of our names.
Did you have both names for a minute? I mean, like at one time you had this name.
People knew me
and then you had another name for a while.
People knew me as the two names, but that's not
at the same time though, or separately. Two
like
names
when I was
at different times?
No. They knew me. I was born Tracy Wilson.
Yep.
And my mom married a Parrish.
Yep.
So at one point I was Tracy Wilson Parrish.
Okay.
Just because she hadn't had an opportunity to legalize her name as Wilson Parrish. Once she did that, she changed her name to Wilson Parrish.
Right.
So that, and even though she was married to a Parrish, she left it like that so that it would be easier to deal with me. Because I was still Wilson.
Right.
So people assumed I was Wilson Parrish.
So what did you do, my love, when you married the Heath man?
I changed my name. I changed my name because we had a daughter.
But I remember you struggled with it for a minute, right?
I did.
You were like, okay, should I be Tracy Wilson Turner?
Right.
Should I be, you used your middle name, you used your last name, you were kind of working through that, but it was never a question about was the last name going to be Turner? That was never a question for you.
No, that wasn't a question. It was just how I was going to do it. Was I going to become Tracy Wilson Turner and remove my middle name, or what? That was my main question. That's why I was trying to hang on to my name. I liked my name.
Right. And so now, but my colleague is like, should I change my name at all? Or
I don't have a problem with that. I would just caution her.
So I kind of needle her a little bit. Sometimes.
I would just caution her.
Sometimes I call her the new name, even though she hadn't gotten married yet. She's
don't do that.
She's like, that's not my name yet.
Thank you. I'm so sorry he does that. I'm so sorry. But don't do that to her. It's hard. It's hard to figure out. It's hard because
it's a lot.
It's a lot to digest. First of all, you get married to this other person that you know, but you don't know. You got to live with.
Right.
And now you want me to change my name?
Yeah.
It's like, do I really have to change my name? So the only thing I would say is, when you start having children, it'll be easier.
Right.
If you have the same last name.
Which essentially is what one of my other colleagues, one of the other young ladies who she's gotten married recently, that's what she was saying to her, that
right.
You know, you're gonna have children, you're gonna start thinking about that, and it probably makes sense to do that right now.
Right, right.
Because of the children. So I think that the whole Hollywood thing, whether or not you want to keep the same name,
Hollywood.
The husband's gonna have his name, you're gonna have your name, but you're still gonna be married. That's probably not really a play. Most people,
I think you're wrong.
Most people would not see the man changing his name to the woman's name.
Why not?
To help the woman.
Yeah.
Or to maybe take advantage.
So what did you read recently? You said in the past.
It was some article that I read.
Yeah, prominent families. If the woman's family was more prominent than the man's family,
right.
then the man would take on the woman's family name.
Yeah, but that was like the 1700s.
I wonder what.
In today's world, it's much more rare for a guy to change his name to a woman's name.
It doesn't matter if it's rare.
But let me finish. But some people see that as a sign of weakness as well.
What does that?
Oh, you change your name to your girl name, to your
Don't
wife's
listen
name?
to that. Don't listen to that.
What kind of stuff is that?
That is ridiculous.
I'm just saying. I think this is from a societal perspective.
Well, that needs to go. That needs to go away.
Society
it needs to go away. This is what I think.
Society sees that as like a
I
weak
think
thing.
you should change your name to whatever you want to change your name to. If you don't want to change your name, don't change your name.
Wow. So what's gonna happen when the kid's born?
That's on you. You have to deal with that.
So you have to deal with it, and that's why people end up changing their name.
Well, that is why.
Right. So why even debate it off the rip? Change your name,
get
it done, be done with it.
Why can't we change it to the woman's name?
Because not.
Y'all see what I deal with? Y'all think he's so nice. Oh, he's so nice. Oh, he's so nice.
I am nice.
Does he have a brother?
I am nice. And I do have a brother.
Passive aggressive.
But he is married.
Both of them.
Both of my brothers are married. That's correct. That's correct. But yeah, so I just thought it was a really interesting point of discussion.
Well, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
I think you should have whatever name you want to have. I don't think it has any bearing on the marriage.
Yep.
I don't think it has any bearing on the children. It just makes it easier if everybody has the last name.
Right. But whatever you want to do is on you. It's fine. It's all love from the Turners. How about that?
Thanks for watching today.
Stay connected. Stay connected to God. Stay connected to your family. And stay connected to your spouse.
Or your significant other.
And change your name to the man's name.